The $97 question, why community beats courses every single time? Today, we're having a conversation that I think a lot of you need to hear, especially if you've bought another course recently and you're wondering why nothing has changed. Because here's the truth. Information is not your problem. You're stuck because you don't know enough. You're stuck because of who you're surrounded by. And that's the distinction. It changes everything. So today I'm breaking down why community, the right community, is going to grow your business faster than any course that you're ever going to buy. And I can promise you that. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to look for so that you can stop investing in the wrong things. Okay? All right, let's get into it. So I want you to raise your hand if you've done this. You see a course, the marketing is great, the promises are good, and then what happens? You buy it. You watch it maybe, 3 modules, maybe 1 module. Life gets busy, the course sits there. 6 months later, what happens? You buy another one. I'm not judging you. I've been there. I've done it. I have, 2 or 3 courses out there right now that I've done exactly what I've just said to you. And here's what I figured out. After 34 years in the business, in banking, and then 8 years, going on 8 years into this business, the problem isn't that the course that you purchased was bad. The problem is that the courses are what I'm going to call a solo sport, okay? You sit alone, you learn alone, and then you hit a wall, and then you're alone, right? So there's no one to say, hey, I just tried this strategy, and here's what actually worked. There's no one to introduce you to the best client's cousin or your best client's cousin who happens to need exactly what you offer to your audience. There's no accountability, there's no momentum, and no relationship engine built into the experience. You're going to get great information, but the information without the implementation is just a collection of ideas. And then businesses, as you know, don't run on ideas. It runs upon execution every single time. And execution is a team sport. We know that. Just like almost everything that we do needs team players. And so here's what changes when you're inside the right community. First of all, we all get real-time feedback. Not a recorded video from 8 months ago, but actual human interaction. Human beings who are right in the trenches of what we're all doing right now, dealing with the same things that you are dealing with, the same things I'm dealing with. And when we share a challenge, you get responses, you get ideas, you get solutions, you get encouragement. The very things that are happening in my masterminds today when I host those every week. This is exactly what happens. And then secondly, you get relationships that turn into referrals. And I've said this before, I've built my entire career upon this principle. Relationships are the new CEO. The right relationship and the right introduction from somebody who already trusts you is worth more than any ad campaign you're ever going to run. And those introductions only happen when you're consistently showing up in the same room with the same people over time. I have clients right now that will tell you they went from getting 0 referrals, 0 income, to now getting multiple referrals, getting repeat, either retainers or getting repeat income month after month after month because they're showing up in the same room, the same group, week after week after week. And so third, you're going to get the accountability that you need When other people know what you are working on because you're actually doing the work. And that's just human nature. We show up differently when we know that people are watching us. And not in a pressure way. You have people giving you ideas when you get stuck, but in a, I don't want to let my people down way. We have this thing about I'm showing up every week. I'm talking about what I'm doing. I'm talking about new ideas. I'm talking about the struggles or the challenges that I'm having. And you have accountability to the other people in the room. And so that makes you work harder. It makes you want to do more. It makes you want to show up bigger. And fourth, this is a big one. You get access to the right person at the right time. And you never know when somebody else is going to join the team, as I call it, the community, the family. And how many times have you needed a recommendation for whether it's a bookkeeper, it's a PR journalist, or a web designer, a copywriter, a business attorney? You had to go post a generic question on Facebook, hoping and praying for the best. But inside a curated community, you already know who the right people are, and you've built trust with them. And when you ask for a confident referral, not a random list of strangers, you're going to have people that recommend people that they know. And so you're going to feel confident reaching out to them. This morning, I was coaching a client, and we were talking about their goals, I'm looking for my note here. I asked her for her realistic goal by the end of March, and then a stretch goal or an unrealistic goal. And I said, we're going to work hard to reach the realistic goal, but we're also going to work hard to reach the unrealistic goal. And I'm going to be working and listening and looking for people that I can send her to help her reach that goal. That's what we do in this community. And so that's one of the differences. A course gives you curriculum, and a community gives you an ecosystem. Now, I want to be real with you, because I know some of you have tried communities before, and it felt like another noisy Facebook group where people post inspirational quotes or promote themselves every Tuesday. That is not what I'm talking about. The right community has a few things that separates you and them all from the noise. It's curated. It's not crowded. It doesn't need 1,000 of members. You need 50 or so of serious people who are serious about growth. They show up. They're invested in not just their success, but other people's success. And it's structured. It has intention. And there's a reason that people come back every single week. There's training. There's co-working spaces. There's accountability. There's a framework for how people connect and collaborate. It's not a place just to hang out, although there are places, there's virtual rooms where people can just hang out, but it's a place to grow. And it has a leader in the room with you, not just selling from the room, or I shouldn't say just, it doesn't have a leader selling from the front. It's actually showing up, knowing your name, knowing your business, and making connections on your behalf. Just like I said, that the client that I'm coaching, I want to know the realistic goal, the unrealistic goals. And when all of those things are in place, a community isn't an expense. It's your highest ROI business investment. So let's talk about the number in the title of the episode that I mentioned, $97. I built the Power Connectors community because I keep watching brilliant business owners invest thousands of dollars in courses and masterminds and still feel isolated. still feel like they're trying to figure it out alone, still chasing cold leads instead of receiving warm referrals. And I thought, what if there was a community that gave you everything you actually need to grow? The relationships, the training, the accountability, the tools that you need at a price that doesn't require you to take out a second mortgage. $97 a month. That's the question that I get asked all the time. Why so accessible? Shouldn't a premium community cost more, Tanya? Well, here's my answer. I'm not in the business of gatekeeping growth. I'm in the business of building relationships. I'm in the business of impact. And I've seen what happens when business owners get in the right rooms with the right people, because I do it every week. The ROI isn't months away. It shows up fast. One referral, one collaboration, one strategic partner, one conversation that opens a door that you did not even know existed. That's the power of community. And I want to make sure that the price was never the reason that someone stayed stuck. So here's what I want you to walk away with today in this podcast. Stop buying information that you're going to implement alone. Start investing in relationships that actually move you forward. If you're thinking about joining a community, one that's focused, one that's curated and built around real strategic connection, I would love for you to check out the Power Connectors community. It's $97 a month, no complicated tiers, no upsells to figure out, just one room full of growth-ready entrepreneurs who understand that the right relationship is worth more than any algorithm. And where can you find us? At thepowerconnectors.org. And if today's episode hit home, please share it with one business owner who you know is buying courses and wondering why nothing is changing. This might be exactly what they need to hear. I want to thank you for being here. And remember, relationships are the new SEO. I will see you in the next episode. And thank you for subscribing and checking us out. Bye. Have a phenomenal week and keep building those relationships because they matter. Bye.